Hello my lovelies and welcome to another plan with me. Today we are in my mini happy planner and we are doing the week of March the 18th through to the 24th. Today doing things a little bit differently again, and I'm basically using up some of my leftovers from this gorgeous Bohemian Vixen kit from the Mix Match planner. Now, as you can see on the washi strips, I've already gone through and I've used the date dots and just written in the days. And then washi choices, we've got this gorgeous blue peacock 15mm washi, which I got from wish.com. Then we've got this shiny blue 10mm skinny. This one you do need to have scissors for because obviously it's a foil. And then we've got this gorgeous peachy coloured one that I thought went quite well with the fact that obviously Vixen's fox theme overall, and just as wild about you on it. And I think that one was from, both of these were from, I think that was from a tube and that was from a box, but both from the range. So let's get started. So like I said, I just thought I'd come up, like, I wanted to show you guys a way of using up, or that I would use, a way that I would use leftovers, because I find I have lots and lots of leftovers and then I'll go and buy sort of purpose mini kits for my mini planner, and actually with a little bit of thought and a little bit of imagination I could quite easily make a full kit for either the Happy Planner or the Happy Planner Classic or the Era Conjurant work for in here, because there's, like, obviously this deco sheet is untouched. I don't really have the room to use the deco or the flags in my spreads in either of. I might use the odd bit maybe if I have a gap in a spread, but generally I don't use any of the deco. And it's not because I don't want to. I mean, there was a point in my planning I used to use all the deco for the sake of cramming it all in and just generally making my spreads overly busy. And I'm a no white space planner anyway, so my spreads are always no white space. Obviously this planner I do have white space in. I do write in this planner, but this is sort of generally that in my sort of my bullet journal stroke TN. Kind of do my TN planning on a bullet journal type structure. So that just gets stickers as and when. There's no specific way to plan in there. I doodle or I draw or I stick things in. It's sort of hodgepodge. Like I have a bullet journal style insert, and I have a junk journal style insert in my TN, so sort of nothing formal about that. Sort of part of the planning. So I just thought this would be a really nice way of using up, if you like, my leftovers for a change, which obviously I don't do very often, and it's a shame. So do I do another skinny one for the notes, or shall I do a flag? I think I'm going to use a wide-ish flag and write notes on it. So I just think that would be really pretty, and this pale pink coloured one I think is possibly the best one to write on for it. So we just do that, and then I will grab my pen. This is a Tombow Mono Twin, and it's a permanent marker, and it's a double-ended. So you've got the slightly wider, or you've got the really, really narrow. And just in here, I've used the narrow one on the day dots, but because I've got a little bit more room on the notes section, I'm just gonna use the wider end just because I can get away with Alright, I'm just checking I didn't press that it came through the sticker. Shouldn't do, but it is a permanent marker, so I've got a couple of boxes that I can use here. So we've got this beautiful full box here. I'd love to use up, and then I've got a couple of little ones as well. So obviously I have used Eric Condren size stickers in here and they work perfectly. The Happy Planner ones are obviously a little bit longer, but I figured if I put this one, line it up at the bottom here. There is method in my madness. It's because I normally put a checklist here, which I'm going to bring in, and I think I'm going to bring in on the orange colour one, because this will slightly sit over the bottom of this box, only very, very slightly, but it will just naturally shrink down. Really should have whited out underneath that, shouldn't I? Because you can quite clearly see the offline today bit. So it seems mad. I'm going to use whiteout on white writing. I'm just hoping that's enough to just, yeah, that just disguises the writing a bit. So that looks a little bit better. So as you can see, it's just filled that void quite nicely. And then obviously I'm just going to decorate accordingly with the deco and the boxes that I've got. So I'm going to put the actual Vixen Fox up here on. Hang on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down just a minute. I'm now going to go in with the washi, and I think I'm going to stick to using the skinny washies, or the 10mm washies, because I've found that they just give me that little bit more space to work in this planner. So we're just going to, oops, it started sticking before I was ready. We're just going to get that laid down like that, and then trim it accordingly. So, and then we're just going to see if I can do this without wasting loads of washi like I normally do, but actually bothering to line up the cut edge. I find some washi rolls will unravel the way this one has, and then others will unroll completely differently, if that makes sense. So yeah, I find that some rolls will unravel one way, like this one obviously has to be laid a certain way because obviously it's got the sentence on it, but then you'll get another one with the sentence and you've got to go that way instead, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Could be random waffling. So on this one we're going to get a little bit of wastage, but that's okay. I think I've done quite well. Normally I would waste a little bit of washi on every single bit of washi I lay down. So I've only lost 2 little tabby bits. I think I've done quite well for myself. So this is where it gets a little bit more tricky, because obviously this one I need to use the scissors. And to be fair, I don't have the world's smallest scissors. I probably could do with getting a new roll, or a new pair of smaller scissors. This is a new roll. I've never used this, so bear with me. I am going to waste a fair bit off of this, just because it's a new roll. And the glue they use to tap it together ruins the washi, I find. And again, we're just going to line it up at the bottom of the box, and then this is the bit where I now need to try and get a straight cut as I can as to the edge of the box as I can. As you can see, I have gone slightly squoggy, but nothing overly hanging, major catastrophe or anything like that. Oops. I now have my tweezers attacking me. That's a bit straighter than the last cut. So what I try and do is I try and actually line the scissors up to the edge and then sort of feed the washi through the scissors, and usually you get near enough where you want to be with the lines, if that makes, I hope that makes sense. So I will line up, if I move the washi out of the way, you'll see I'm lining the blade of the scissors up with the line of the edge of the box and then snipping, and it gives you near enough an exact line. I find it so much easier lining washi up with this because this edge tucks right up there, you can see it's there and it just pulls off. Simple. But everybody has their way of doing it. I mean, I know some of you will use scissors for every single cut of washi, and if that's what you find easier, I actually think that's probably the straightest edge I've cut, so I might actually be able to do this without the little overhangy bit. I find it so fiddly to line up the actual edge of the washi. Oops, near enough it, isn't it? Like so, and then we'll just, again, under the washi, keeping the washi across the page and snip. And whoops, just dropped the roll into my lap. Never mind. So there we go, that's the washi done. So now we'll go back to this little fox, and I hope she's going to overlap the washi slightly, I think, if I tuck her all the way up to that top corner. Just going to move the page around for ease, I think. I try and line this up as exact as I can. These little boxes are a little bit short of the whole width of the box that you've got, so you do cover up that Wild About You bit a little bit. So moving on, these ones unfortunately are washi, so I can't really use them, but I can use this one. This one isn't washi. And again, don't really want to put a tent on the same size as a tent, so we're just gonna again line it up and plonk it on this side like so. So it does cover up the U a little bit, but you can still read it says What About You, and then obviously you've got the U on the other side. And then I'm literally going to go through now and just put in some deco. So for example, put this gorgeous fox. I have to have the fox. I love foxes. I think they're absolutely adorable. And then some of the whether to put it sort of like that or put it at the bottom, I think, with the florals, perhaps. Yeah, that doesn't invade the space too much, gives me loads of room then for writing. Again, she's got her little tent here, but I've got a tent on either side, so I don't think I really need to worry too much. I might actually pop the little bow and arrow right in this corner actually. Don't know why I felt like doing that, I just did. And then unpop these two, something like that I think. And then maybe, see, I want to use the other fox. I don't want to leave it off. So I'm going to tuck it down there, because I think she works down there, and hope that it doesn't come up off that blinking washi. And then I'm just going to put a feather, I think, across there. Maybe tuck a feather there. So I'm just trying to use up the deco whilst bearing in mind that I am fairly limited for space if I go too mad. And I've got these gorgeous little bows that I'd quite like to use up. Oh, actually, might be a bit too much. Should we give her a pretty little bow in that corner, like that? And I think I'm going to put this bow in this corner, and I think I'm going to stop while I'm ahead on that. Now I could use the flags, or I could use the little flags, because I normally put little flags in, but I think I'm going to stop there because I'm actually quite happy with how that looks. And it just means I've used up quite a bit more of the kit, which never hurts. I'm just wondering if I could use any of the headers. No, I can't really on this planner, but that's fine. But what I might do is use some of this washi here and pop it in above that box here, just to give a little bit of a divide, like that. And that, guys, is it. Really quick, really simple, and really effective, and it does the job. So I'm really happy with that. The only thing I haven't stuck in here is a plan next week, which I've got these from Scribble Prints. Not very many left on here, just some of the little Diddy functional scripts that, provided I can get to come up, which I'm struggling with. There we go. This tiny little foiled, it actually says plan next week, which I'm just going to put up there on the top of Friday. And there we go, guys. So I hope you like this really quick, really short little plan with me in my mini happy planner. The only thing I have forgotten to do is to put a birthday symbol in on this day, and that's because I don't appear to have one to hand, which is really annoying. I normally do have a little something to say birthday, but I don't, so slightly shocked on that front. I don't have a birthday symbol to hand. But Thursday the 21st is my son's birthday, so I will find a little birthday symbol to pop in there at some point. I just don't happen to have one to hand, and I'm not about to go rooting through all my various chaotic piles of stickers at the moment, because I have to be completely honest with you guys. It's been one of those weeks, and my desk area is exploded. I think is probably the most polite way of putting the state of my desk. On my work area, literally the whole thing has just exploded in utter chaos. So I think that might be my next task, is to actually tidy up and try and find some semblance of order. I do need to actually go on a mission, I think, and get some storage systems of some description. I've got stickers everywhere, I've got Fimo everywhere, I've got pens everywhere, my Tombow brush pens are currently in this pencil case, which does the job, except that I've actually had to borrow this pencil case off of my 8-year-old son because I just didn't have anywhere to put my Tombow pens, and I like to be able to grab a pencil case or grab a pen pot and know that what I want to use is in that specific place. And then I do have a pen pot that's got what I call grabbable pens that can be used in any circumstance without really thinking about them. So like if I've got a school form to fill out or anything like that. So being as that there's blue in this kit, obviously I'm going to use that gorgeous little dinky clip, and that is it, guys. So I hope you like this plan with me. Once I've tidied up my desk and I've taken photos for Instagram, there will be a birthday sticker put on here to represent my son's birthday. So if you guys want to check me out on Instagram, my handle is lozmc11. Please go and check those out. If you like this video and are interested in watching some of my others, please go ahead. You know, if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. I do appreciate every single one of my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of my watchers as well, to be honest. So, without further ado, I hope you all have a fabulous weekend, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye, guys.